we had this big talk about what the province is doing to basically tell the federal government, whatever your political problems or your political machinations are, those belong to you. You can't unreasonably affect our citizens, like take their private property away for no good reason. And so we're not going to help you do any of these things. In fact, if you're going to do them, we're going to put a lot of requirements on you so that you'll do it right and you'll do it by the law. And of course, those requirements can sometimes become too onerous to facilitate any of that seizure of private property. We're kind of tiptoeing around that a little bit. But Danielle Smith actually had something to say about the federal government's ability to continue to spend borrowed money and collect no firearms. Anyway, check it out.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's government has splurged $42 million on its firearm buyback program without confiscating a single firearm to date. Should the federal government try again to implement the program, would your government consider invoking the Sovereignty Act in a bid to protect the property rights of law-abiding Albertans?
Well, I call that a success that they haven't been able to seize a single law-abiding firearms owner's gun. So I wish them continued success at being able to achieve zero compliance with their program. And we are not going to do anything to help them. We believe that the issue is the illegal firearms getting into the hands of gangs and organized crime coming across the border. And the federal government should be focused on that, not focusing on taking guns away from sport shooters, duck hunters, and farmers.
Oh, that's a little spicy. We wish you continued success at doing absolutely nothing right.
Yeah. Well, I have the same sentiment for the federal government as well.
Me too.
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah.
It's
God
great
bless
when
Alberta.
provincial governments, like I think as an individual, you start to feel small when you have something as big and well-resourced as the federal government of a G7 nation bearing down on you for just purely political reasons, for them to help themselves stay in power. And you feel so small like that, right? But then, you have a provincial government that steps up and says, you know what? You're going to have to go through us first. And I mean, it's almost like that. You almost feel like a kid that's being bullied and then your big brother shows up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's, that's a couple of provinces now that are stacking up behind each other and in front of gun owners. And it's nice to see. I mean, at the end of the day, I would think that most reasonable Canadians want the same thing. And that's a focus on reducing crime, violence, and gun smuggling, not a focus on reducing gun ownership. So, It seems so simple to us.
Remember, if you don't stand up for your own ability to own and use firearms, who will? Join the CCFR or donate right now at www.firearmrights.ca.